జన్మనిచ్చిన నా తల్లిదండ్రులకు అదేవిధంగా విద్యాబుద్ధులు చెప్పి ఈరోజు మీ ముందు మాట్లాడగలిగే స్థాయికి నాకు విద్యను ప్రసాదించిన మా గురువులకు నమస్కరించుకొని ఈరోజు న్యూజెర్సీ నగరంలో మిమ్మల్ని అందరూ కలవడం నిజంగా నా అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. దానికి ముఖ్యంగా మా మిత్రుడు పార్థసారథి గారికి, అదేవిధంగా శ్రీ కోటేశ్వరరావు, తర్వాత కెనరా ఫౌండేషన్ వాళ్ళకు నేను కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. సో children, you may not be following because most of you are born here. First I thank my parents for giving birth to me. Then I thank my teachers for imparting education to me so that today I am standing before all of you and able to speak to you. So this is what is our culture. We need to respect our parents and we need to respect our teachers. At every walk of life, at every moment of your life, if you follow this, you will not have any problems. So that is what is my initial advice to you. I used to meet children coming from India when I was there, because some of my friends used to come and visit the houses. The children used to be so restless. They used to tell their parents, we want to go away. We don't want to stay here. Come on, let's go back. So then I used to wonder why children are wanting to go back. So I asked one or two kids, why do you want to go? They said, Uncle, the washrooms are a big problem here. The second one, they said, the traffic is a big mess here. These are the two things the children were so upset about it, so they want to go back. Then I thought, in this meeting, let me tell them more than the washrooms and more than the traffic to the children about India. I mean, to the country to which I belong to, and also most of your parents also belong to. Because your parents have dual responsibility. Because they were initially the citizens of the country and few of them have become the citizens here. And of course, most of you are the citizens. So I'll take you through a small presentation of what is India, what India contributed to the world, and what people have talked about India, so that I think when you come back to India, you think beyond washrooms and traffic issues. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, maybe it may take few slides. I mean, those people, they may get your pain. So you can just turn your chairs if you want. Yeah, this is what is the topic for today. It is power to change. What is the next generation have to do? I mean, the pattern is going to be like this. After this brief presentation, there are about 12 to 13 volunteers who have come to speak on a few topics, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Then after each topic, I will be giving my response. And also I request the audience also, in case they want to contribute anything to the issue. Because I am in the US. The last 15 days I am here and I am going to be here for another week. I have not kept this visit just for sightseeing, but also I am interacting with so many people, especially the children, to know what is good about this country. So that my endeavor is to see that one day India also should be like US. That is the endeavor. So I interacted with few people. In fact I visited a local police station also here. I spent about 3 hours here to know how policing is done here. That is my basic core subject. Yeah. This is what the India was. The civilization started almost 5,000 years back in Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. It is called Indus Valley civilization. These are the two universities, if you see the children. This is called Takshashila and Nalanda. These are the two universities which were very, very popular, and there were about 10,500 students who were coming to this from all over the world. Like, if you ask children now, where do you want to study? They say MIT or Harvard. Those years, if you ask anybody in the world, where do you want to go for education? They used to say, we want to go to India, we want to study in Nalanda and Takshashila. Yeah, these are the two universities, I mean, these are the pictures. Next. Next, this is the concept of zero. The concept of zero, the mathematics and all what you do, it's all given by one famous man by name Aryabhata from India. He has contributed the theory called zero theory. Next. This is Bhaskaracharya, who has said in a year there are going to be 365 days. Long back he said that in a year it is going to be 365 days. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, this is about the calculation of eclipse and all. That was written in Sanskrit. That was almost hundreds of years back. This is the contribution. You all use this pi, 22/7, for all your circle, the circumference of a circle, the area of a circle, you use pi. That is also calculated by Budayana. So in the year 1999, the British scholar said it is the contribution by India again. Yeah. Now all these things, you see that references to astronomy have been given, and also calculation of eclipses was done, and also a lot of things. These are the contributions. Now I take you to Einstein, what he said about India. You come to the PowerPoint mode, no? Yeah. Yes. Right, next slide. This is what Einstein said about Indians. We owe a lot to Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made. So, more than washrooms and more than traffic, there is a lot of contribution by India. It is even recognized by Einstein also. Yeah. Then this is the language Sanskrit. Sanskrit language is the main language that was in India. And they said it is the best language for the computer software. And it was reported in the Forbes magazine in July 1987. Yeah. This is what is the greatest contribution in the history of philosophy. This is called Bhagavad Gita. You all must have studied about Mahabharata. In chapter 18 of Mahabharata, we have the Krishna. He gives this discourse of 700 slokas to Arjuna, where he motivates him to participate in the war. He says he do the duty. So the same thing what we are discussing today, the power to change and the next generation, that time generation, Arjuna, by seeing so many people on the battlefield, he was so much afraid. He was not able to go and fight. Then Krishna taught them, this is your duty, this is your responsibility. So that is what is written in Bhagavad Gita. Yes. Now I tell you, have you heard of Julius Robert Oppenheimer? Children. So what he did? Tell me. Yeah. Yeah, somebody did. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Oppenheimer was one of the lead scientists in the Manhattan Project, which during World War II was a project by the United States to develop the first atomic bomb.
Yeah. So it was the first atomic bomb during the Second World War. On 16 July 1945, this Manhattan experiment was conducted, and the scientist who led these experiments are Robert Julius Oppenheimer, a German by birth and who was settled in United States of America. Then, that is what he said about India. I'll show you a small video in which Oppenheimer has talked about the importance of Bhagavad Gita and what he got from the Bhagavad Gita. There is a small video, you can take it up. go to the presentation, yeah, our Oppenheimer video is there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In the dead silence of the morning, at 5:29:45 Mountain War time, the Jornada del Muerto was bathed in an intense flash of a light that man had only seen from the stars.
So this is Robert Julius Oppenheimer who talked about this thing. If you want to see what exactly he has said, you can just go through slides and make it into a PowerPoint. Yeah, this is what he said in the end. I mean, you must have seen the video on this thing. That's what he said. Now I have become the destroyer, he says, because he takes this thing picked from the Bhagavad Gita of chapter 12 and chapter 11 and Sloka 12. This is again because people like Robert Julius Oppenheimer, people like Albert Einstein, they also made references to the contributions made by India towards the achievements what they have done in the world. Next. This is what is the Manhattan site. If you want to go, and it's called Trinity, you can go and see this particular memorial built there. Yeah. Next. I mean, if you see, there are many doctors. Again, we had the Ayurveda. This the basic thing has started from India again. Now again, switching back to Ayurveda. Few patents are being taken in US also. So the origin of Ayurveda is from India. Next. Again, Sushruta was the father of surgery. If you know, he is the father of surgery. He used to do surgery. I'll show you the implements also what he used to use. Next. So these are the implements which he used to use to do the surgery. So he used to do the best of the surgeries. Yeah. This is yoga. All of you might have observed 21st June as the yoga day. How many of you have actually participated? Children. These two are these are the power to change next generation. This is my concentration. How many of you participated in yoga? Yes, there is a boy there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So I came here from India and I participated in International Day of Yoga. In the evening we had a function in Lincoln Hall where Sri Ravi Shankar was here from the Art of Living Foundation and we participated in that. So again this yoga is from India. Next. The origin is almost 5000 BC and now the documentation of yoga is between 2000 BC to 300 AD. There is a good amount of documentation. The Patanjali Yoga Shastra is there, that also is, origin is from India. Next. And again this is Mark Twain who has said this about India. India is the land of religions, cradle of human race, birthplace of human speech, grandmother of legend, great-grandmother of tradition, the land that all men desire to see, and having seen once, even by a glimpse, would not give that glimpse for the shows of the rest of the globe combined. This is what Mark Twain said. So Mark Twain also visited India. he was not perturbed by the washrooms and the traffic. He saw many things in the country. So that's why he said, there are so many things in that country to see. I mean, that's what is Mark Twain said about it. Yes. This is about various things India used to export to different countries. These are the various things, mostly the spices, the oil, all those things, turmeric, all these things, the copper vessels. These were the things used to be exported by India to the rest of the world. Next. I mean, we have meditation and renunciation, ahimsa, the non-violence, who everyone talks about. Even Nelson Mandela talks about non-violence. The origin, the man, is Mahatma Gandhi. And we have religious tolerance. These are the things about this. Next. This is what Barack Obama said about India. When he visited India, this is what the US President Barack Obama, he said about it. India not only opened our minds, she expanded our moral imaginations with religious texts that still summon the faithful to lives of dignity and discipline, with poet who imagined a future where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, and with a man whose message of love and justice endures, the father of your nation, Mahatma Gandhi. This is what Barack Obama, when he visited India, he talked about the country. Yeah. So these are the few facts which I want to give to the children especially. We have this 5,000 years of civilization there. There are about 325 languages and so many dialects, 18 official languages, 30 states and 5 union territories. We have area of 3.28 million kilometers, 7,526 kilometers of coastline, 1 billion, almost 1.2 billion population in the year 2011, world's largest democracies in 67 years, secular constitution, 4th largest economy, and is the fastest growing IT superpower also. Next. So these are some more facts about the country. 7th nuclear power in the world, 5th largest economy, 2nd largest populated country, of course. Indian Railways is the biggest employer in the world, 4th nation in the world to have developed a nuclear submarine, 5th nation in the world to be in the multi-billion-dollar super commerce business, 4th nation in the world for developing nearly the ICBM, ballistic missiles, and 3rd nation in the world to be able to develop land-based and sea-based cruise missiles. Yeah, so this is what is India. Now again, coming back to the country, there are many problems in that country also. So now as the youth of that country, or maybe parents also, we all should see that whatever is the problems that India is facing, we should be able to show them some way, how to come out of this. The major problem is the population. The next major problem is the corruption. So these are the two things which need to change. And also sincerity in service. And having a feeling of a nation. The patriotism is missing. Majority of the people want to exploit the situation. Majority of the people want to make money at the cost of others. The concept of service is missing. So all these things put together, if we can again inculcate, especially in the children, definitely I think we can get back the old glory to our country. So that is the endeavor which I came here to study how this country is progressing and what are the good and positive points about here and how best we can get them back to the nation. That is the thing. And because the Kinnara Foundation, what we have seen here, this is what is the basic attitude of an Indian, helping others. It is like service. This is the concept. If you see a small girl of 3-year-old, because of the illness she died, she is no more with us. So we want to see that such type of children should not suffer in their life. So that's why these people came together and they started contributing. I have worked closely with Kinnara Foundation and also the Thalassemia and Sickle Cell Foundation in Hyderabad. There is a foundation there Actually, you have to go and see that hospital. I go and see there. I find small infant kids, 5 months, 6 months children, suffering from thalassemia, is that they don't get this red blood cells produced in their bone marrows. So every 15 days or 1 month you have to change the blood or you have to inject new blood. When I went to that hospital, small children, 6 months old, 9 months old, with those things, saline or the needle, pierced into their body, and they were comfortably sleeping. Because every 15 days they had to undergo the same ordeal. So they got used to it. So they were sleeping. I mean, I can't imagine myself putting a needle and sleeping like that. But see the small children. So all the people together we joined, and there is a generous man by name Vasudha Foundation, Mr. Venkat Ramaraju. When I took him there, showed him this is the fate of these young children, immediately he gave a check for 1 crore rupees. I mean, this is what is the generosity what we will have. If you like to see the suffering of your neighbor as your suffering, then automatically all these problems in the world will disappear. We need to see the sufferings of a neighbor or your person as your sufferings. I tell you a small story. This is for children, a small story. Are you ready? Hope you are following because I may not pronounce like you. Yeah, but I think I am able to communicate with you. A small school girl was there. Her name is Sindhu. One day she comes back from the school and she doesn't eat food. Her father gets perturbed. Why this child Sindhu is not taking the food? So he asks her. Then she asks her father, give me a promise. Then only I'll eat. The father says, okay, at the most she will ask me to take her out, maybe to get her some sweets or something like that. The father says, okay, I promise whatever you want I'll give you, but eat the food. The girl eats, Sindhu. Then she asks the father, now, can I tell you what I want? The father says, okay, tell me. Then the girl says, take me to a salon and remove all my hair. Get me tonsured. That means remove my hair. The father gets surprised because the girl is having such a beautiful hair. But the girl says no. The father tries to persuade her. I mean, why don't you ask something else? I mean, tomorrow, with all the hair removed, if you go to the school, all people will play fun with you. But the girl was so adamant. She says, no, I have to get it done by any cost. So the father tried his level best, but he failed. Finally, he takes her to a salon and tonsures her. I mean, gets her tonsured. That means all the hair is removed. So the next day, the father takes Sindhu to the school and he drops her there. And he starts waiting there because he knows that the moment she goes to the class, the other children are going to play fun with her and she will come back. So he was waiting in front of the school gate. Now, another car comes there, from which another boy gets down. So that fellow also is without hair. His head is also tonsured. So that boy goes inside and Sindhu was waiting there and this boy's name is Vamsi. So Vamsi goes and meets Sindhu, both of them go to the school. Now, from the car, mother of Vamsi gets down and tells the father of Sindhu, your daughter is so good, so concerned. I mean, the father could not make head and tail of it. What is this? Getting tonsured is, what is the concern? I mean, he was so totally puzzled. He looks at her. Then she says, yesterday your daughter came to our house. Sindhu came to our house. The boy whom you are seeing there, Vamsi, he is suffering for blood cancer. He is a patient of blood cancer. and he is undergoing chemotherapy cycles. Because of this chemotherapy, the boy lost all his hair. So the school students were teasing him. So that's why Vamsi stopped going to the school. So yesterday your daughter came to our house and asked Vamsi, why are you not coming to the school? The boy said, see, all my hair has gone, that's why I am unable to attend the school. Then Sindhu says, don't worry, I'll give you company from tomorrow. So she goes home, gets her hair removed, and next day morning she comes to school and gives company to Vamsi. These are the qualities which we require to be inculcated in our children. It is concern for the others. It is the concern what we have for others. Because this boy, my friend, is suffering, so I should contribute something. I should help him. I should be part of his problems. If we develop such type of habits, definitely I think you have the power to change, and the next generation is going to change the world. There is no doubt. So this is what is a small introduction I have given. Now the pattern is going to be like the children will come here and they will present their paper, and then on that I will give my opinion or give my feedback. Then from the audience also, if any one of you want to make some contribution, you can also give. Because majority of the topics they have written about India. So in case they want to have the change in India, and in case some of the suggestions which can come from the audience also, maybe 2-3 suggestions per topic, then finally at the end of the session, we'll come up with an action plan. Otherwise, we come, we gather, we meet and we leave. But for every meeting, let us have an action plan to be implemented, maybe after a year, or when the next Canara's meeting takes place. Let us see what are the suggestions we have made and to what extent we could implement them. That will be the pattern. So let us start. Anisha, we'll start?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.